I just want to talk about the real Boston Antifa and what I have. This is about the Boston Antifa. I want to talk about what they made a live video last night about something stupid. But I just want to let you know what I gather from it. Now you've got the guy, and then you got the girl that likes to show her titties all the time. The thing about this is that the Boston Antifa is nothing but a bunch of the guy that is running the Boston Antifa. They're really not nothing. They're just stupid. Yeah, I'm on the shitter. I'm in the bathroom. I'm not on the shitter. So maybe I should shitter side chats or something. I was thinking about that. Thinking about like making a live video about like call it something like the shitter side chats or something. But what I gather from the Boston Antifa page on Facebook is that the guy with the glasses is a transgender. This is what basically the Boston Antifa page boils down to. The guy is transgender, which is a girl. He's a guy that's wanting to be a girl, or a girl that's wanting to be a guy. And the girl that likes to show her titties and like show her titties down here and show, some cute little girl with titties. I think that's her brother, or they're not dating or nothing like that. But that's just a good friend or whatever. And with like Trump, with all the stuff he said about trans people and all this stuff. Now, me, Trump, I've seen Trump in the news for 15, 20 years, and or more than that, it's 25 years I've seen him since I was a kid. He is a pretty good guy, but he just speaks his mind, and whenever he thinks of something, he blurts it out and says it. And he's a real, I've been wanting him to run for a lot. But what I gather about the Boston Antifa is that's basically all it is that guy is a transgender, and he's just pissed about things that Trump said, which we all know, our country is in disarray. And, and that's all it really boils down to be. That the Boston Antifa is the guy's transitioning or something, whatever and, the girl is they're just two little mad idiot young kids that think Trump is all evil and bad. But that's just basically all it is just, that's all it is Boston Antifa. And I don't think they even know the kind of dumb movement that they're in, because they was talking in the video about, fuck your free speech and fuck this and that. But then they was talking about other people like suppressing their free speech. And they was just contradicting themselves in the whole stupid video. It was like an hour and a half long, and I watched it making fun of them and stuff. But when I really kind of got down to it and was really paying attention to what was going on, that's what was going on. They were just, that little guy with the glasses is transitioning into being whatever he wants to be. If he wants to be a hula girl or whatever, or a raccoon, it doesn't matter. But that's all it is that's all it is. And the girl is just mad. The little girl with the titties that likes to show her titties and shit is, she just, I could tell through the whole video she was checking down like this, making sure that they were kind of revealing a little bit, so she could get guys coming in there, to be like, oh, look, girl with titties, ooh. This is something stupid, but that's just all that it's boiled down to being. That's just it. It's ridiculous. And I hear this stuff, and then they're like they got like 5,000 or 10,000 people, and everybody on there's making fun of them. They was practically crying because everybody was just calling them idiots. And it saddens me that this is what our nation is that these Black Lives Matter people are coming out and saying, anything that don't agree with what they say or what Antifa says, you're a racist or a bigot. Racists ain't that bad. I've known a bunch of racists, and they seem to be alright, Be a racist, I don't give a shit. It's free speech, but they say fuck your free speech. It's you know, it's a bad time we're living in. No, the world's not coming to an end, Bobby. They're gonna realize, and I think in another 5 or 10 years they'll probably put the statues back. You know, because I hate to break it to these people, but you get rid of all the statues, I think racism is still gonna exist. You know, it's still gonna be here. It doesn't matter. You know, the real threat is ISIS. You know, but don't you remember? Hey, do you remember this too? Back in when Obama was in, you know, he never. I always noticed that about him. He never ever said ISIS on TV. It was ISIL. Remember ISIL? And then you'd see people saying ISIS, ISIS, ISIS everywhere, and then you'd hear Barack Obama go ISIL, ISIL. What the fuck is ISIL? I mean, why can't he just go ISIS, ISIS? You know, but that's just stupid. I don't know. That's just ridiculous. I cannot believe that this country's coming to that world. And then Steve Bannon, who knows what he's going to do. But he says he's still on Trump's side. But I don't know if Trump is... He's tweeting today about stuff that... He tweeted one comment that looked like he was trying to give in to these Antifa people and Black Lives Matter. And you know another thing about Black Lives Matter that you don't really know about is that over in Ferguson, Missouri, his grandma, that brown boy, that Michael Brown, his grandma and his mom are fighting with each other in court over tickets, over shirt sales. They're fighting over shirt sales. And you know, his grandma came out because they gave his mom all that money, like $3 or $4 million, and his grandma has come out and said, "Hell no! Why should she get the money? I raised him." That's what his grandma said. Is that I raised him. His mommy didn't have nothing to do with him. Now that's ridiculous. I cannot believe that shit's happening. I cannot believe this shit is happening. And yeah, it'll die down because usually, I'm 37 tomorrow, and I've seen what was going on, and it's just ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. You know, and usually it goes in cycles like this with the United States. They protest about stuff, and then usually it's always this Black Lives Matter shit and this Antifa shit rears its head. I mean, if you remember from the 70s, there was a group called the Weathermen that actually bombed the Senate. They actually blowed the Senate up, or they let a bomb out in Congress or Senate, at the Senate House or whatever, and blowed it up. Blowed a big portion, or not a big portion, but a little portion. And, you know, and now all them people that come out that was with the Weathermen, they realized that they were wrong and they were stupid. You know, and it takes about 5 or 10 years for these idiots to realize that they're wrong, and free speech is, you know, not, you're racist if you use it, you know. But it takes a long time, and maybe once that guy from Antifa, the Boston Antifa, once he transitions, maybe his hormones will realign, and he'll realize that they're stupid. But that's all that Antifa stuff is. And that's what I noticed about that Antifa thing. That girl, that Quinn girl, all she did through the whole video was check her boob line and make sure her boobies were, you know, so she could give the audience something. And it got up to like 1,000 people, and there were so many people commenting on it and making fun of them that they were then they're crying. And he was like, "Oh, are you okay? Are you okay? Oh, are you okay?" Like, just dumb shit. Why? Just live your life. If you're gonna be gay, if you're gonna be trans, you know, just live your life. You know, live your life. Who cares? Go get a job and contribute to the society. You know, trans people represent like a 1%, maybe not even 1% of our population. And yet you see them all over the news. Everybody. I want to let's transition. You know, my dad used to always say I was a lesbian at heart, you know, or he was born a lesbian. I'm a lesbian too. I'm a lesbian. You know, but that's just me. Maybe not everybody else is that way, but if you watch CNN or NBC, everybody's that way. Everybody in America is transitioning into what they don't want to, what they don't want to be. You know, they couldn't live life as a man, so they want to live life as a girl. You know, you couldn't even live the life God gave you. So, How you gonna fight for this country or do anything or protect anybody's free speech? But just to living in a millennial society where they're idiots and everybody's gimme, gimme, gimme. I want, I want, I want. Nobody's taught any discipline, and I don't know if it's ever going to change because it's just ridiculous. You're living in a society where the last righteous people in life were your grandparents. When your mom is smoking cigarettes with you and you're 14 and your mom is like, ooh, your boyfriend's fucking cute. Ooh, I'll do him. That's the shit we're living in now. It's kind of fucking stupid. I hate it. That's the society we're living in, I remember I worked at General Motors in Atlanta, and there was a guy there that was transitioning. And we was all sitting there, and this was 15 years ago, and this guy was transitioning into a woman or something. And my cousin was sitting there talking to him, and we was all talking to him, and somebody was like, that first surgery is not the worst, The first surgery is not the one that gets you. It's the second surgery they got to do to you that's the worst when you transition from a man to a woman. And that guy was like, huh? He was like, what's the second surgery? There's a second surgery? And the guy said, yeah, the one where they drill a hole in your head and suck out all your fucking brains. And, that's a joke. Some people probably wouldn't even fucking understand that. But, and people might get offended by it. I don't give a shit. It's a joke. Get over it. But it's just stupid as fuck, man. I don't understand why people want to be so literal about it. But Antifa, that's all that Boston Antifa is that guy is a transitioning woman. Or I don't even know what he is right now. If he's a man transitioning into a woman. I think it's a guy transitioning into a woman, and that's her brother, or she's his brother. That Queen girl's her brother, or just a friend, seeing him through. And she's just wanting to show her titties to get a couple people talking about her, but and they got a big movement, there's 4 or 5. I remember when they only had like 300 or 50. I remember when they had 50, and now they got like 9,000 followers, and most of them are haters. Most of them are hating on them, so that's a good thing because they just don't understand. I don't know who their parents were. The parents had not taught them anything. And I feel bad for them. They need to be taught something, about free speech. If you watch the video, it's hard to watch because it's an hour and a half long and it's real stupid. But all of them's making fun of them, and I made fun of them too. But I feel bad for them. I feel really bad for the Antifa, that Boston Antifa, because it's just stupid. And then they got some guy that comes on there from some Antifa place. He's what do you call him, Frogman or Kermit? He's real stupid too. They're all real stupid. They don't understand anything. They're just the stupidest, uneducated. And they probably went through school and they probably graduated and they're probably in college and they're just dumb as a brick. And I don't know what to think about it. That's all I gather about it. And I hope Trump don't give in to these people, because he tweeted earlier that he's wanting to protest and then we heal. Maybe he's just saying that to get through to them and just say, well, let's get over this. But now they're calling on the internet. They said Steve Bannon wasn't good enough. Now they got to get rid of Gorka and some other guy. Gorka's got to go now. Now it's Gorka. Maybe Trump will realize that he can't get rid of these people because Antifa and Black Lives Matter says anything. And another thing, look up all the shit about Ferguson, Missouri. They destroyed that town. That town is literally destroyed, and they're gonna put them on. Now they're gonna start naming schools after this boy. Naming schools. You're gonna see Michael whatever Brown high schools now, and naming after this little thug that got his ass killed. He got killed over, what was it, a bag of chips and some cigarillos. He tried to steal them cigarillos or something like that. And he choked out the owner. And they destroyed the convenience store. The convenience store is destroyed that he did that at. Because, get rid of evidence. They can't get rid of the video evidence. CNN can try. And Facebook can try to destroy it. They are trying to destroy it. They're trying to get rid of every little bit of evidence Even the news organization in Boston was coming out saying that Facebook was cutting their feeds. They were cutting their feeds to all the Antifa. And then Antifa was throwing piss. They were throwing bottles of urine at people. And you know, you're a racist. You're a racist if you don't agree with Black Lives Matter. Yeah, it's just ridiculous. You're racist if you don't eat cheese on your hamburger. You know, that's how it is. I don't like pickles on my hamburger. I'm telling you right now, I don't like pickles on my hamburger. And that probably makes me a racist. I'm sorry, I have to admit that I don't like pickles on my hamburger, so I'm a fucking racist. Plain out racist. They're gonna probably, them hamburgers probably gonna make them white now. No, they're black. I don't know. But it's ridiculous. It's absolutely fucking ridiculous. And I don't know.
He fired Steve Bannon. Steve Bannon was shown the video, and that did, whether it was intentional or not, it did change the news cycle. We weren't talking about other hires.
Thanks for the video. Thanks for people coming in. I have to go. I got kids. Thank you very much. And follow me. Follow We the People for Trump. And thank you very much.